Hi everyone, thanks for joining us today for Nutrition at Noon. We're just going to wait a few more seconds to allow our participants to log in. All right, I see those numbers ticking up. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today for Nutrition at Noon. I am Melanie Burdick and I am one of the nutritionists at Giant. And I'm also a certified personal trainer. So today we're going to talk about simple ways to move more. But before we get into the details, I just want to give you a rundown what we'll do today. So we'll spend about the next 15 minutes together. We'll do about 10 minutes of strategies and tips, along with about 5 minutes of Q&A. So during the presentation, if you have questions, just click on that little Q&A tab, type anything that pops into your mind, and then we'll get to many as we can. And don't worry, I can't see or hear you. So if you have any background noise in your house or a barking dog, it's okay, I won't hear it. All right, so simple ways to move more. But before we get into our topic at hand, I wanted to take a little poll from our participants today. So I know a lot of us, we all know that we should be active and get out and do things, but sometimes we can have a few roadblocks or some common excuses for not exercising. So I just wanted to get a poll from everyone joining us today about what kind of things have stood in your way that have prevented you from exercising. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to launch this poll, and this is anonymous, so I won't see your answers, but definitely go in if anything it seems familiar to you, go on in and see what things resonate with you. And I'll give you guys a couple of seconds to do the poll. All right, perfect. All right, I'll wait for a few more and then we'll finish up. Awesome, about 73% of participants voting, so that's great. All right, give you the last few seconds. All right, well, we'll stop there. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking the time to vote. So let's take a look at the polling and let's share the results. So it looks like some of the excuses that we've used in the past not to exercise have included not enough time. So this seemed like a really, really common one for a lot of us. And I think we can all relate. Other things too, gym membership too expensive. I definitely understand that. And being too tired. Well, those are all roadblocks that can keep us from exercising. But I have good news for everyone today. We're going to go through how to kind of get around all of those different roadblocks that we've experienced. Now that we have a little bit more time on our hands, it can be a little bit easier, and I'll show you how. All right, so let's move ahead. All right, so our health. We know that physical activity is super, super important. It is important for the entire body. So even just starting with your brain, it's good for your mood, helps with anxiety, depression, and there's something like that rewarding feeling of accomplishment when you've done some form of physical activity. So it's wonderful for our brains right now. It's also good for the rest of your body. So your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your bones, your flexibility, and your immune health too. So exercise and physical activity is super, super important. We can't argue that fact, right? And so now we're moving into this new normal. And so when we want to think about our lifestyle, we want to make sure that we're getting the right amount of activity in. So the recommendations for physical activity for Americans is about 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week. So I bet you're thinking, what is moderate physical activity? So when you're walking out or doing some form of activity, use the talk test. So if you're taking a walk this afternoon and you're on the phone talking, if you have to take a breath more frequently, and it's hard to say a full sentence without taking a breath, that's moderate physical activity. So you're raising your heart rate, you're getting that lung function going. So we want to know that we're doing that. So if you're taking a stroll and it's easy to talk, you would just pick up the pace a little bit. So we want to aim for about 30 minutes of physical activity 5 days a week to get to that 150-minute goal. If we can do even more, 30 minutes a day of some sort of activity, we're going to get even more benefits. So when you break it down, it doesn't seem like too much throughout the week. So aside from cardiovascular, we need to do resistance training. So we want to work all of our major muscle groups at least 2 times per week. Your arms, your legs, your back, your abs. And this is really important. So we want to maintain our muscle mass. So using some sort of resistance, whether your body weight, or resistance band is going to help with that. It's going to help with your flexibility and your balance. So it's really, really important to have that full body exercise. But if you're thinking, you know what, I'm not ready to do all that, 150 minutes in weightlifting, that's really overwhelming, that's okay. Really what I want to focus on today is just encouraging everyone to move a little bit more. So whether it's 5 or 10 minutes each day, it all adds up. So a little bit adds up in the long run. So some things that you can do throughout the day. So when you're thinking about being active, just squeeze it into your everyday routine. So focus on moving more. So think about your morning today. What else could you have done to add in some more activity? Maybe it would be taking the stairs. Maybe your office is on the first floor of your house. Go use the bathroom on the second floor. It may seem a little silly, but those steps add up. So, and other things, going to get the newspaper at the end of the driveway. Or if you take your dog for a walk, go around the block a couple of times. And you can see here, this is my dog. So we all have these great partners for exercise. So take your dog out, or as I always tell people, you can borrow mine and he'll take you for a walk too. So do things that you enjoy. Another thing aside from walking the dog, right now it's springtime. So enjoy some sunlight, mow the lawn, plant some flowers, do some landscaping. That's all activity and that adds up. Because the one thing we don't want to do is force ourselves to do things we don't enjoy. I'm sure you guys can all think of a time where maybe you were on the treadmill and didn't enjoy it. I know I can. So if you do things you love, the time will go by really, really fast. And you can also set a reminder too. So put it on your calendar, or if you have a smartwatch, set it so it'll remind you every day at a certain time to get up and move around. So I am willing to bet that a lot of us have some fitness equipment somewhere in our house. So I challenge everyone today, rummage around, see what's in the basement or in the closet, pull out that equipment that you have. You can have a great exercise routine just from things in your house. So utilize that exercise ball, those resistance bands. Maybe you have some free weights that your kids left behind when they moved out. Anything, and that can make a huge difference. Now, one thing you can do is create a healthy default in your house. So think of a place where you can put out a yoga mat, maybe put your exercise equipment out, and when you see it, it's a reminder to exercise. So for me, right in my living room, I have my yoga mat, I have my weights. So anytime I have some free time or if I'm watching TV, I can go, it's right there, and I can do some exercise while I'm watching my favorite show. Now, if you don't have any home exercise equipment, that's okay. Get creative. You have a lot of heavy items in your house right now that can serve as weights. So if you have a bottle of laundry detergent, that's an awesome one. Gallon of water, bottles of water, canned goods, cat food or dog food. Some of those are very heavy. So that's a great way to get in some exercise. And about a gallon of water is about 8.3 pounds. That gives you an idea. Lift that a few times, you're really going to feel it. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but even though my schedule has changed a little bit, I'm not in the office as much, I feel like I am less active now than when I was really busy. So one thing that you can do, if you find that maybe you're a little bit more sedentary because you're in front of your computer, sneak it in as much as you can. So if you have a full day of webinars and conference calls and you're in front of your computer, sneak in that activity. So easy things that you can do if you're on a call, walk in place. You'll be surprised at how many steps you can get just while you're on a phone call. Or easy enough, just stand up. You engage your core, you engage your back, your posture, stand on one foot. It's going to help with your balance. So pull out that exercise ball and use it as a chair. You engage your core and it helps with your posture. And it's easy as that. And if you do that a few times throughout your workday, well, there you've already got in your activity. So another thing that you can do a challenge. So whether you are starting out doing some physical activity or maybe you are a seasoned exerciser, take part in a 30-day challenge. Right now, the nutritionist team, we are doing a challenge. We're trying to get as many minutes of activity a week. So get a challenge with your coworkers or your family members or your cousins, whoever it is, and do it together. So, and if you're far apart, that's okay. Do it over Zoom or FaceTime. And for this challenge that I have on the screen, it's all about body weight. You don't need any equipment. You just need to take the time to do it. So this is definitely another challenge that you can do. And we want to know what you're doing. So tag us at Giant Food and tell us the kind of challenges that you're doing at home too. And that will really help motivate other people. Finally, lastly, if you were a regular gym goer and you were doing regular fitness classes, don't fret, because even though gyms might be closed right now, if you have a laptop or a smartphone, you can have a great workout. So go to YouTube, live stream any of your favorite workouts. Google some of your favorite exercises like yoga or Pilates, or download a free app. Now, one great thing that's going on right now is that a lot of gyms are offering free services, and you don't need a membership, which is even better. So if that gym membership fee got in your way before, you don't have to worry. So the YMCA has on-demand classes for all age groups and abilities too. So check it out, and it's an awesome resource. Other things too, Planet Fitness live streams via Facebook every day at 7 o'clock to do fitness workouts. So it's an awesome resource. And one website that I love is fitnessblender.com. And this has activities for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, all abilities with no weights or some weights. And you can get a great workout in about 7 minutes. And believe me, I've done it and you will feel it. All right, so just to kind of give you additional tips, the nutritionist team, we are in the digital space as well. So definitely reach out to us. We are doing online consultations. You can email us at nutrition@giantfood. We are here to help. Check out our podcast. We've got a great podcast on apps, technology apps for your health. So definitely check that one out. You might find some wonderful things. And then definitely check out all of our different blog articles and additional resources. All right, so that's it for tips and tricks. Let's get to a couple of questions. So let's see what's popped up here. All right, so one question, and this is a really good question. What is the difference between physical activity and exercise? So sometimes exercise can seem a little overwhelming or daunting, especially if we're new to physical activity. So physical activity means just general activity throughout your day, really movement throughout the day, versus exercise, which is planned physical activity. So like going to an exercise class or taking a walk. So that is the difference. I love to use the term physical activity because it's less daunting and it fits everybody's needs. All right, let's see what else we have here. Does cleaning my house count as exercise? Absolutely. Absolutely. So this is another activity that you can squeeze into your day. For me, I've been doing a lot more vacuuming, and I go through my rooms a couple of times, and so you're up and you're getting steps. So whether you're cleaning the bathroom, you're cleaning the kitchen, you're walking around, that is an excellent way to get some activity during your day. And just think how clean your house will be at the same time too. So that's a wonderful question. All right, and one more question that we have here. Do I need to exercise or be active every day? Ideally, we want to be as active as we can, really just building it into your everyday activities. Now, some people like to do things like do some planned exercise. So maybe that's 2 days a week you plan to do that, but really try to be active every single day. Don't feel like you have to do hardcore exercise, but remember, keep moving. It will make a difference. All right, anything we have here? All right, wonderful. All right, so I challenge everyone today to figure out a way to squeeze in some additional activity. What could you do this afternoon? What could you do tomorrow to add in some additional steps? And it'll really pay off. And definitely, if you have any other questions, reach out to us at nutrition@giantfood, and we'll be so happy to assist you. All right, everyone, have a great day. Stay happy and stay well, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.